The other show means money.
Absolutely. Good to see you guys. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you too.
The way the days are just flying so fast. It's already Thursday. You better chase your dreams. Whatever dream you have, this is the right time to do it, because time actually waits for no one. But good to see each and every one of you today. There's a lot to talk about on the show, a lot of goodies to talk about on the show. But let me give you a rundown. You know how we do it. At some point, Ibrahim will bring us all the headlines from the newspaper. We get to dissect it and talk about it right here on this table. And then for our conversation in Lagos, we'll be speaking to Chude. A lot of truth was said in that particular interview, so you make sure you stay tuned for that one. In Abuja, for the FCT brief, we will be speaking about security issues. We did that yesterday, and it's still the focus for today. And then we'll come back to Lagos, where the beautiful Olamide will take us through everything happening in the world of social media and more. So please grab your cup of coffee and let's have a very fantastic show. But we'll start with the story where the Lagos State Police Commander has handed over the case involving Senior Pastor Chris Okafor to Zone 2 Commissioner of Police. Now, Oludare Jimoh announced the development in an exclusive interview with TVC News senior correspondent Ivy Kanu.
Apology to everybody. But everything that was said is not true.
What began with swift action and public confidence now appears to be taking an unexpected turn. The Lagos State Police Command, which on Sunday night summoned the senior pastor of the Mountain of Liberation and Miracles Ministries, Chris Okafo, over allegations of multiple rape, sexual offenses, and other acts of misconduct, appears to have eased its initial intensity. Many Nigerians had expected the clergyman would honor the police invitation on Monday. However, the Commissioner of Police revealed that Pastor Okafor only showed up a day after.
When he was invited, he got to us through his lawyer that will be appearing on Monday. So on Monday we waited for him, we didn't see him, and I directed that he should be arrested. Subsequently, he showed up yesterday. Yes, he showed up yesterday.
But that was not the only revelation. The commissioner introduced a new twist to the case, confirming that the Lagos State Police Command has now handed over the matter.
We later learned that the same matter has been opened at the Zone 2 headquarters with the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2, which I needed to verify, and I've verified the same. And he told me the matter is being investigated under his command for about 3 weeks now. So the AIG occupy a higher office than mine as the commander, and is my immediate supervisor since he's into the matter. So we asked him to, we handed him over back to the zone.
Seeking clarity, we asked the crucial question: have any alleged victims formally stepped forward to lodge complaints against the clergyman?
The social media have become a veritable space for people to lodge in their complaint. We don't no longer wait for people to come and incident the matter before we act in public interest, because if we don't, the conduct can lead to breakdown of law and order.
As Nigerians anxiously await the outcome of these grave allegations, attention now shifts from Lagos State Police Command to Zone 2 Command, where the case now lies. Will this case follow the familiar path of many before it by fading quietly into silence? Or will it mark a defining moment, a moment of justice, accountability, and closure for the alleged victims? Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
Now, meanwhile, the senior pastor of Mountain of Liberation and Miracles Ministry, Chris Okafor, has described the allegations of murder and various sexual offenses against him as false. Now, speaking through his lawyer, Ife Ajayi, the cleric also challenged his accusers to submit concrete evidence to the Nigerian police or face criminal prosecution.
You cannot be soliciting that anyone that has problem against this man be coming out. That's criminal public incitement. That is an harassment. That is an irresponsible use of social media and an irresponsible use of your right to express yourself. That we have a criminal complaint against him, and we're giving them 3 days to come forth to the police, himself, Doris Ogala, and Very Dark Man, to present proofs of all allegations they have made, contrary to which we would ensure they face the maximum wrath of the law.
So this is a conversation we'll be having this morning, and I'm happy that, Mr. Biodun, this conversation is now taking center stage. And I'll say a big thanks to Olamide, because she kept on bringing this story on Trending Now, and it has followed us to the banter this morning. You know, we're seeing this pastor. All the allegations that were levied against him, oftentimes people will always say, oh, this thing will start, it will start like this, but then it goes down the drill. But we've heard the police, commissioner speak. He was at TVC where he spoke, and now we also hear that the issue has been taken to Abuja as well. So we're hoping that this particular one, we get justice. But we're also hearing the lawyer. He made a statement and he said that it's public incitement to say that, oh, people that have experienced him in that way should come out and speak. But for me, if you ask me, I'll say at this point, everybody that has concrete evidence, this is when to bring it. Because even the pastor himself, Chris Okafo, has said it, that if you have evidence against me for murder and sexual allegations, bring it.
Oh, there no doubt that these are serious allegations made against the pastor. Yeah. We've also seen the pastor kneeling down, before the congregation and apologizing, admitting to some wrongs without specifying those wrongs. So, for me, clearly, I see the response of the lawyer, to be out of tune and out of step with the position of the pastor based on his apology. So for me, if he has committed any criminal offense, then those who make the allegation have a burden to prove, and it's not just enough to make those allegations. But notwithstanding, there's something about this issue, which is the fact that women who are victims of alleged rape, often find it very difficult to come out, to defend themselves or substantiate their cases. So the AIG Zone 2 needs to do a lot in terms of protecting, those victims, alleged victims, or those who are making those allegations, with a view to ensure that this issue can be thoroughly and properly investigated. If the pastor is found wanting in any way, it should be processed through the criminal justice system.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you, Olamide. And just with what Mr. Biodun has said, oftentimes, women, we find it very difficult to come out and speak. And this is not because most of us don't want to speak. It's because of the way society has made it look like. Because this is not the first time we're seeing cases like this, whereby women will come out and say, oh, this person sexually abused me. You see the case will start going through, and then at some point, we do not hear about it anymore.
Once again, we find female victims of sexual assault being at the helm of being accused themselves. These women are coming out to say, I was harmed by this very powerful man. And what you have is people now saying this is public criminal incitement. It is not. It is not criminal incitement if it does not call for violence legally or lawlessness. If it was a murder case of somebody powerful, we would be saying the same thing. Don't police come out all the time to tell us, anybody that has details on this case, details of the whereabouts of a kidnapped person, come out. Why is it different when it's women coming out to say, I was harmed? This is not a targeted attack at Chris Okafor. This case is about every woman who has suffered under the hands of a powerful man, a man who they trusted to look after them, a man who had a duty of care to them, a man who was negligent with their bodies and the access that they gave him. It's not about Chris Okafor. I'm not going to sit down here and say that Chris Okafor did the right thing. It's what is expected of you as a man in authority, a man of power, a man of means, a man who is responsible for a flock or for a congregation. He should answer, because this is for every woman out there. And if you do have any information about Pastor Chris, or you were harmed by him, I suggest that you come out. And if that's being inciting, then so be it.
Well, come out and speak. But Ibrahim, quickly, I'm going to take you back to 2019. You remember Fato Imbo, something like this came out, where there was rape allegations. I'm not going to go deep into that conversation, but I do not know if that lady particularly got justice, because I was following that story. So this is not the first time we see our pastors having these kind of challenges. What is it with pastors and women?
Remember, my comment has always been, my comment has always been, when you say pastors, when you say Reverend Father, when you say Imam or anything, they're all humans, right? And it is expected of humans to make mistakes. To err is woman, to forgive is divine. So many people always see maybe the clergyman as, okay, anything that I want to do in my life, this man has to say one or two things. I need to kneel down in front of this person to bless me or anything, forgetting that this person, this individual, is a human. So one thing is, Olam, the way I would disagree with you is, anyone who is aggrieved, anyone who feels like, okay, something has been done to me wrongly, should come out if it means insightful. No, Don't let us go there. According to the lawyer,
Ibrahim, for women who
don't have much time actually for argument.
For women who are raped, you cannot use
Ibrahim and Olamide, we will have to close the conversation here.
It is sexual assault.
We have to close the
what I'm saying
conversation
is that you need to
so there's
put
definitely
right
a lot to talk about, but a very important conversation. My colleagues are just doing their thing. But we will go on a break.